What's good, gang? Today we're stepping away from the stock market to quickly talk about an app that we think all long-term mandem should know about, particularly for when y'all partners bring up the inevitable question about real estate. You're watching Sekider, and today we're talking about the app 호갱노노. Now before we continue, we'd just like to remind you that this channel is meant for general education purposes only and isn't meant to replace the legal or financial advice from a paid professional. In the case of this video, we are not at all sponsored by the app, nor have we at any point communicated with them or invested in them. This is really just us trying to share resources so you don't get got when you're out there trying to get what you want. Now with that, let's get to it. Alright, so with real estate popping off the way it has been over the past half decade, I'm sure there are a number of people out there thinking about whether or not now is the time to get in themselves before they're priced out of the market. Whether you're in it for investments or for a place to call home, 호갱노노 is a really good way to get quick information on property values in the area that you're in. The app is named after, well, hopefully you. The term 호갱 refers to what me and my friends back home would call a mark, or an easy target. Type of person that's so scammable that they'll help you scam them. Well, as the name suggests, this app is not for such folk. That being said, let's take a quick look at what we can do with the app, what information we can glean, and talk about why it's so bomb in the first place. Now after the standard sign up via iPin or phone verification, you'll find yourself on this page, which is a map of the Republic of Korea. With a slight zoom in, we can see that the app provides average prices for real estate across Seoul, the provinces, and the Gwangyoksis. Looking at just that, up north we can see that the average price for real estate across Seoul is 8.5억 or 8.5 billion won. Gyeonggi and Incheon are significantly cheaper at 5.4 and 3.6억 respectively. The further away we get from the core though, the more affordable things get, with Chungnam, Daejeon, Jeonbuk, and Chungbuk all having average prices all the way down at 2.2, 3.1, and 1.9억 per unit. As you get to the Gwangyoksis like Gwangju, Daegu, Busan, and Ulsan, the average jumps up to 3억 or higher, but the provinces are comparatively much more affordable, and that includes the small but not tiny cities like Jeonju, Gimhae, and Pohang. Now, if you're one of the people out here with the freedom to move around and live wherever you want while you work remotely, this can be a great tool if you're trying to find the cheapest area or the most comfortable area and affordable area to settle down in. If you're locked to a particular city, or even more specifically a particular area of a particular city, we can really explore the power of this app by showing you what you can do. Now since I mentioned it already, let's pretend we're out here living in Jeonju and we can't leave because it's our partner's hometown and they want to be near their parents. If we scroll in, we can see that the app loads up the average price of the city's neighborhoods with the quickness. Now let's just zoom into any area, maybe Chungangdong because that's where Gyeongsa is, and maybe you want to be near downtown for whatever reason, and Bangbang. The app pulls up a summary glance of all of the listings in the area, the sizes of their units, and the price of those units. Right away we can see how easy it is for us to sort properties based on our spending ability, whether it be less than 1억 or up to 5.8억. And let's click on the big one just for fun. Alright, so here we have the Jeonju Taepyeong SK view, and right at the top of the page we can see that we're set to meme or buy and sell as opposed to Jeonwolse or rentals. We can also see that the building was built in 2008 and is roughly 14 years old, and that we're looking at a unit size of 49평 or 49평. And for those who are not familiar with it, 1평 or 1평 is equivalent to 3.3 square meters. So for y'all Americans, I think that's roughly 35 square feet, maybe a little bit over. Now looking at the chart, we can see the sales of 49평 units have fluctuated, but follow an overall uptrend with a massive jump over the past 3 years. Scrolling down, we see the expected tax that you may pay upon purchase, as well as a 2-year projection on both value and tax, and all the way down we have blueprints of the apartment itself. A little further, we have neighborhood info like the nearest hospital, the nearest shopping center, the nearest mart, and parks in the area. And finally, you have the comment section. And maybe that seems like it, but that's really not it, because right now we're just looking at the 49평 units, and if we head back up, we can peep the rest of the options. Now within that complex, there are a bunch of different units that range all the way up to 89평 or 89 pyong and with similar information on the unit that we just looked at. Now, as is the case with most other assets as well, we see less volatility in sales prices for the more expensive but also more scarce units. Fewer buyers, fewer things for sale, fewer sales means less volatility, right? But we know not to be fooled by volatility anyway, right? Right. Now, if we scroll down, I forgot to mention that you can peep the maintenance price as well. The quality for this building, it can range from 380k in the winter to 410k in the summer. If you have kids, you can also scroll down and check out the schools in the area. And what's really cool about this app is it also tells you the average class size in each school. Real talk, that's pretty dope if you ask me. Now, there's a lot of detailed information on this one building, but the thing is, this is just one apartment in one building complex that we chose at random. If we zoom out, we can see that there are records for dozens of listings in the area, hundreds in the city, and presumably thousands in the province, with the same level of detailed information available at your fingertips. Now, so far we've just been talking about listed properties. Another cool thing about the app is that it also provides us information on current planned projects, and upcoming ticketing reservations for units in those projects. Once you're all in, all you have to do is hit the little bell and it'll let you know when something new comes up. Now, the app has a buttload of other features out there, but as far as the average person I imagine is watching this channel is concerned, this is the most important takeaway. If you're planning on being here long term, living here, working here, raising a family here, then the question of home ownership is likely to come up at some point. On top of that, real estate is really the hottest ticket in town at the moment, as everybody and their mama is pumping up the market, whether as an investment or as protection from skyrocketing prices. Now, often when we see a national average price going up, we assume that the entire market is moving the same way, but if we have data like this and we use data like this, we can actually see what is happening within our neighborhoods, which makes it so much more accessible and also just a lot more interesting if you ask me. Now, if neither of those situations apply to you and you don't actually find yourself interested in real estate, knowing what's happening in the housing market at least, and knowing what's available to you can be beneficial in the long run. I mean, there's no such thing as having too much knowledge as far as I know. Now, make no mistake, I am by no means under the impression that y'all are out there flipping real estate like it's the property bros. Still, this is one way that one company is using big data to provide a service that helps us help ourselves. Alright, that's it for me. We'll be getting back to stock soon, but I'm swamped with real world work right now, so forgive me if I'm lagging like 1997 net zero. For those of you new to the market and reeling from this month-long pullback, I feel you, but it's times like these when it's best to remember that sometimes the stock market is just a real-time mood chart tracking investors' anxiety. In the long term, it pays to be patient. It's really hard to buy low and sell high if you stop buying when the prices get low. Anyways, take it easy. Peace.